More than 20 million tokens have appeared on the market over the past few years, and today more than half of them are completely dead. No volume at all. Why? Is the crypto industry done for? Is it because the stock market sucked all the money away? No. What if I told you that venture capital flowing into crypto actually jumped more than 4 times over the past year? Today, we have one thing to figure out. What is capital seeing that retail, we, normal people, don't see? How can we learn from them? Let's get started. First, we gotta look at a strange phenomenon. Ethereum rose on smart contracts, BNB on the exchange ecosystem, Solana on performance and speed. Each of them went from zero to a position that no one can deny anymore. That process took at least 2 or 3 years, sometimes longer. But this time, this bear market, when we look at other altcoins, the data is a bit harsher. Or is it? CoinGecko's report from earlier this year showed that out of nearly 20 million tokens that launched since mid-2021, 53.2% have already become dead coins. Zero trading volume for those coins. In 2025 alone, more than 11.6 million tokens died. That accounts for about 86% of all failed projects over the past 5 years. In other words, on average, several thousand tokens quietly died every single day. And you never heard about most of them. So you might wonder, is this death rate unprecedented? Are we living through something really special that can prove that the market is going bad? Actually, no. During the 2017-2018 bull run, about 70% of 3,000 projects also failed. 70% more than now. The difference is that the base number went from a few thousand to tens of millions. So the absolute numbers would just look a lot scarier. But when you look at percentages, at proportions, we are doing quite okay, even better. So now that you have the context and the facts, let's dig one layer deeper. What's actually holding the industry back and what's working, what's not? Because you might say, isn't it just because everyone is chasing AI and all the money got pulled out of crypto? That explanation is only half right. Because if you look at AI, first look at AI. It indeed really is aggressive. It's aggressive. The investments in AI are aggressive. In 2025, AI took 61% of global venture capital. By the first quarter of this year, that number hit 81%. That's a wild figure. But guess what happened on the crypto side? In 2025, venture capital flowing into crypto reached 49.75 billion. That's a 433% jump from the previous year. That's right, you didn't mishear me. The money in crypto isn't running away. It's exploding. There is more and more entering the market. It's just that this money is no longer flowing to projects that could raise just by telling us a good story. That is the problem. That's what I want to talk about today. Good projects that deserve investments, or at least that venture capitalists are investing in, they are not telling a good story anymore. They are not selling dreams anymore. Money is flowing toward DeFi, real revenue infrastructure, real-world asset tokenization RWAs, places where you can actually see cash flow and ROI. My take is this. Investors are now putting, does anyone actually use this product, ahead of how good is the story? And this actually is a good thing. A 53% death rate sounds terrifying, but look at it another way. The industry is finally starting to separate the wheat from the chaff. You can no longer survive 5 years on a good story alone, on marketing alone. So what really excites me isn't how many tokens died. It's that the small group that survived is an entire level higher in quality than 5 years ago. The rules of the game have completely changed. The old playbook was simple. Launch the token first and use some narrative and tokenomics to suck in money. You know, it was all token before product. But the projects that are actually winning now reversed the path. First, build a product that users open every single day. The token is just one part of the product. You know, now you have to put your money where your mouth is before anyone believes the story. They want to look at the numbers. Ethereum, BNB, Solana, they all have one thing in common. They created real demand first instead of just pumping a coin. Remember that, we'll get back to it. And if you still don't believe me, look at stablecoins. Over the past 2 years, the total market cap of stablecoins went from 161 billion to 322 billion. It's almost doubled. That number has already surpassed the foreign exchange reserves of 95 countries in the world combined, including developed ones like the UK and Canada. Stablecoins have zero narrative and zero airdrop expectations, no sexy story there. They grew purely on real use cases. Transfers, settlements, cross-border payments. But wait, I know what you might be thinking right now. Does that mean narratives are completely useless now? Not at all. Look at the meme coins. But a narrative is what gets you to notice a project. But what keeps you and what keeps the capital long-term is now the product itself, as it should be. The perfect newcomer we could talk about, and one that once broke into the industry top 10, is Hyperliquid, an app built for perpetual futures trading. Last April, its monthly trading volume once hit close to 200 billions, accounting for nearly 4% of the entire global perpetual futures market at the time. That's roughly the scale of a mid-sized country's total import and export trade for a whole month. They have already captured 70% of the global decentralized perpetual futures market. It's steadily eating market share more and more, day after day. And it's even more interesting when you look at how they spend their money. Almost all of their fee revenue goes straight back into the market to buy back and burn their own token, HYPE. Through this, it has already accumulated more than $1 billion. So when I say product before token, Hyperliquid is a living example. They are doing everything right, or nearly. And interestingly, they now are getting real competitors. Platforms like Lighter and Aster are starting to steal market share. That actually proves this sector is alive. People are competing on products. They aren't competing on who has more social media followers. Besides Hyperliquid, there are a few other options worth watching. DeFi protocols that actually generate revenue, real-world asset tokenization, and the intersection of AI and crypto infrastructure. AI plus crypto, we talked about that before. They might, those projects, they might not be under the spotlight yet, but the logic is the same. Product comes first. Don't underestimate these sectors. The combined scale they've already reached is no longer something a few forum posts can support. So, what I'm saying is not that there will never be another Ethereum. I'm not saying all altcoins are doomed. What I'm saying today is that the bar for it to appear has changed. More than at any time in the past, it now comes down to one thing. Is anyone actually using this project? Are people paying money in exchange for a good product? That's what you have to think about. So if you want to look at it like me, here are 3 specific questions you can use the next time you look at a new project. First, is anyone using this product every single day? Or is it only people waiting for the airdrop? Does it have real revenue? Or is the valuation just being propped up by fundraising and token manipulation? Is the team actually building? Or are they just waiting for unlocks to cash out? No smoke and mirrors. Just these 3 questions. I've been in this industry, for many years, and the more I look at it, the more I feel that this round of elimination, tokens getting no volume, projects dying, it isn't a bad thing. It's the first time in history this industry is starting to self-correct, like a mature industry, like a normal industry. We are getting from chaos to normal industry. That's also why I've always believed in decentralization. It never needed a perfect narrative to stay alive. It only needs a product that is genuinely useful, that is genuinely better than centralized products. Time will prove the rest. That's why I see Bitcoin performing well in the next few years too. This is also the one thing I've become more and more certain about over the years. Not because I never misjudged a project, but because I learned early on to weld my judgment standard to the product, not to emotion. Anyway, your turn now. Which direction do you think the next widely recognized token will come from? Tell me in the comments. I'm genuinely curious to hear your take. And yeah, if this episode was useful, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next one.